Joe, if you want to introduce yourself and explain who you are.
Yeah, so I'm Joe Ashworth. I'm 41. I joined the programme primarily with sort of weight loss as the objective. So I suppose that my main issue coming into this was sort of trying to break the cycle of boom and bust. So I'm fairly active, generally get fairly fit through summer through cycling, but then sort of come probably, I'd say probably like mid late September, that just sort of stops, and then typically I put on probably anywhere between sort of half a stone and a stone through winter, and then it's just almost like I'm sort of starting again come March. And it's as I get older, it's obviously just that bit tougher every year in terms of just pulling it back in terms of my fitness. So I wanted to break that cycle. So I think the really what I wanted to get out of the program was that kind of it was the weight loss, but it was the underlying mindset and behavioural change that was driving it.
So how did it make you feel then when you were sort of up and down each year?
Frustrated, I think. I think I'd kind of hit points through winter where, I'd be kind of looking at myself in the mirror and sort of getting slightly frustrated, slightly annoyed at myself. I'd always feel a bit more lethargic through winter, a bit more up and down probably in terms of my mood and, sort of mental health and that kind of stuff. And then equally, flip side of that, through summer, I'd feel quite good, but always slightly frustrated that I probably wasn't sort of fulfilling the potential that I saw it, because I think, again, the big driver for me is, he's wanting to be healthy, and active as much as anything. I love going out on the bike. That's great, fantastic for my mental health and all that kind of stuff. And I want to be able to maximise my time doing that, but at the same time, obviously, just be fit and healthy all year round.
Yeah, that makes sense. So did you have any sort of thoughts or concerns when you were joining the program?
I suppose kind of coming into it, it was sort of like, I think, just thinking, right, this needs to work in terms of, getting me kind of fairly close to the target weight that I always target in summer, but never quite get there. But also, again, I think I wasn't I saw it more as a weight loss thing rather than a change thing. And I think what I've found as I've gone through the program is my thinking sort of shifted and my mindset shifted as I've gone through the program. And I don't know, it's kind of like, I suppose it's a bit like when you talk to people that have stopped smoking now, it's like I look back and I just see it in very different terms. Like I recognise that it's been a mindset shift.
Awesome. So in terms of how you're feeling now, then, was it what you expected, the program?
Yes and no. I think when we spoke at the start of the program, I sort of talked you through a lot of the stuff I've done. So I've used apps, I've done calorie counting, a bit about nutrition and fitness through cycling. There wasn't sort of, again, I've done sort of talking therapy in the past and mindfulness and all, and all that kind of stuff. So there wasn't anything that we were doing that I wasn't aware of or hadn't sort of dabbled with in the past. But it's sort of, I suppose I didn't expect the program to cover the kind of breadth of material and areas that we looked at, and it's just pulled everything together for me. So it's these things that I do intermittently here and there. It's sort of, again, as I said a minute ago, it's just it's that mindset change that's then driven ultimately a lifestyle change for me, I think.
Yeah, so I think when we spoke, it was a bit of sort of like consistency in that routine was lacking. Like I said before, it was like you had that boom and bust, didn't you, in terms of your mindset, but also in terms of your weight as well.
Yeah, and I knew I probably, in terms of what I needed to do to shift the weight, I probably had 90% of it in my locker, but couldn't do it consistently. I think the program's given me the consistency, but it's also just given me the sort of, the extra 10% in terms of actually recognising how all this stuff joins up. And, it's okay I went out with a couple of friends Friday night, had a few beers, so it's okay to do that. It's not, that's not going to absolutely kill everything. But, it just might mean you're not losing the weight as quickly as you want to, or your weight might fluctuate a bit that week, but it drops off again the week after if you do the right things. So it's just, I think it's just recognizing that these are just choices. It's not, you're not failing. You're planning stuff in there. You're doing it deliberately. You're living a normal life, doing the things that you want to do, and you can do that. You don't have to, you don't have to not drink or not have a takeaway or, or whatever it is. But it's just the reality is you got to be doing that 3-4 times a week.
Yeah, so it's got to be balanced, hasn't it? And like you say, if you're going to plan something in, you sort of accept the outcome. I don't want to use the word consequence, but you accept the fact that your weight loss might slow or you might put a few pounds on. But then, as long as your life's balanced out, I suppose it evens out.
It's the accountability, isn't it? If you do the right things, you'll see the results. If you do the wrong things, you'll see the results. As long as you accept that accountability for that, it's not. I think just because the way I kind of saw it is almost just because I wanted to do the right things. If I had a weekend, I don't know, let's say I went on if a stag do came up or something like that, you had a big weekend away or something like that. The extra calories or whatever, all the stuff that you do that weekend is, it's not going to magically kind of not have any impact. But at the same time, you're just recognizing that it's fine to do that kind of stuff every now and again. You don't have to say no to everything. You just need to balance it out, the week before, the week after. It's, and I think what the program's given me is that, balancing it out isn't a negative. It's not like I have to give up loads of stuff the week before, the week after, because it's the stuff I'm doing now. I actually enjoy doing. I want to do it. So,
do you feel like you're in that routine now? Then,
yeah, absolutely, yeah,
awesome.
Yeah,
so was it worth the investment?
Yeah, 100%. I must admit, I was a bit sort of at the start. I was like, it's definitely an investment, but that's exactly what it is. It's an investment. It's an investment in yourself and in your future. Is kind of how I see it now. So I'd sort of, I'd do it again without hesitation. Absolutely.
Awesome. So if there's somebody that's watching this that's a bit on the fence, they're not sure, they want to lose some weight or they want that sort of to get that spark back, get that routine, that sort of thing, what would you say to them?
I'd say just think carefully about the fact that it is an investment, and weigh that against, I think when you actually sit there and you tot up probably what it costs you to kind of dabble at this stuff in terms of gym. I haven't been to the gym once throughout the program. I've actually, I've cancelled my gym membership because I don't use it. So that's like 40 quid a month that I've saved. I haven't need. Some guys will absolutely want to go and smash it out in the gym, and that's great. But I think if you look at a lot of the money that you perhaps spend on things that aren't working for you, plus money that you save probably in terms of just sort of making tweaks to your lifestyle and stuff like that. For me, it's sort of it more than pays for itself.
Awesome stuff. No, sounds good. Anything else you want to add, or have we pretty much sort of covered it?
Yeah, again, I think the key thing for me in terms of my experience is stressing that I would imagine a lot of people are coming to this because it's weight loss that's driving it, and that's very much sort of what piqued my interest with it. But it is so much more than that. It's about behavioural change. It's about lifestyle change, because it's understanding that your weight is just a factor of ultimately your daily routine, the way you live your life day to day. There's so much more going on with it. So it's not just about the weight. It's about, I feel so much more balanced, happier, positive, coming out the back of it. And ultimately I feel in control, whereas I didn't at the start. So.
Did you lose the weight as well though?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've lost just over, I've done it in kilograms, but I've lost just over a stone. So far 9 kilograms. So, and again, for me coming in, I think my BMI was probably just about 25 when I came in. So, when I talked to friends about it and stuff like that, they were sort of like, you don't need to lose any weight. And, I wanted to do it because I wanted to hit that target weight. It's important exactly. And I want, rather than having a BMI of 25, I'd rather have a BMI of, 19, 20. Again, recognizing that there'll be a bit of fluctuation through summer and winter. So I absolutely lost the weight, but got so much more out of it as well.
Awesome stuff. Well, Joe, thank you for taking the time to talk to me. And obviously, anyone that's watching this, I'm sure they'll have found it useful. It might answer a few of their questions. Are you happy for people to sort of message you if they've got any concerns or any questions?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
awesome stuff. So yeah, I'll tag you in this video so people can see, see who you are. Obviously, get hold of you. But yeah, cheers, Joe. Thank you.